For over a decade, the iconic cop show Blue Bloods has captivated audiences with its gripping portrayal of the Reagan family's dedication to New York City law enforcement. However, over the years, a lot of things have happened in the background that most fans probably don't even know about. Even though the show is primarily set in New York City and the NYPD, did you know that it was almost shot in Toronto? Or have you ever wondered why Jennifer Esposito made headlines for being controversially fired from the show? Get ready to be amazed as we uncover 12 of the most shocking behind-the-scenes facts about Blue Bloods you never knew. Number 1. Danny Reagan's sons are brothers in real life. One of the most surprising behind-the-scenes facts about Blue Bloods is that the actors who play Danny Reagan's sons are brothers in real life. That's right. Andrew and Tony Teresiano, who portray Sean Reagan and Jack Reagan, are not just playing siblings on screen, they share a genuine brotherly bond off-screen as well. This personal bond adds a unique touch of reality to their acting, as their instinctive rapport and mutual understanding are evident in their on-screen scenes. Even the age difference between Tony and Andrew on the show is the same as their age difference in real life. Before landing these roles at 8 and 6 years old, Tony and Andrew had already established success as child actors. Before Blue Bloods, Tony appeared in a few minor roles, including voice work. He lent his voice to the character Wilson in the animated series Chuggington, which aired from 2008 to 2011. This role helped him develop his acting skills and prepared him for his future on-screen roles. Andrew also followed in his brother's footsteps into acting with his first major role as Jack on Blue Bloods. The brothers began their journey on Blue Bloods at a young age, growing up alongside their characters in front of millions of viewers. This unique setup allows for a depiction of brotherly love that appears natural and adds to the film's emotional appeal. Fans often marvel at how seamlessly the boys' on-screen relationship mirrors their off-screen bond. Their real-life sibling relationship adds depth to the Reagan family storylines, providing a solid foundation for the emotional and often complex narratives they deal with. From school troubles to family dinners, the authenticity brought by Andrew and Tony always enhances the show's commitment to showing a realistic and relatable family dynamic. As they grow older, the two siblings have shown a keen interest in pursuing different paths, both inside and outside the entertainment industry. Tony has been advancing his studies, indicating that he might have ambitions that extend beyond his acting career, whereas Andrew is content with his position on Blue Bloods and could potentially seek additional acting roles down the line. Number 2. Filming was almost moved to Toronto. Despite the importance of New York City to the show's identity, financial challenges nearly forced the production to move to Toronto. Filming in New York is very expensive, with high costs for permits, locations, and labor. To manage these expenses, filmmakers often look for other places where they can shoot at a more affordable price. Toronto, with its varied cityscapes and tax benefits, has emerged as a favored substitute for New York City in numerous television series and films. During the early seasons of Blue Bloods, the production crew encountered considerable financial limitations. The high costs of shooting in New York prompted intense debates over the possibility of shifting the production to Toronto. Such a relocation could have compromised the show's realism, as the unique atmosphere of New York City adds depth to its narrative. Fans of the series might not realize how close Blue Bloods came to filming its iconic New York scenes in a different city. In the end, the decision to keep filming in New York was influenced by several factors. The authenticity of New York City as the backdrop was irreplaceable. The city's unique atmosphere, recognizable landmarks, and the cultural significance it brought to the show were crucial. Additionally, support from city officials and the use of film tax incentives helped ease some of the financial challenges, making it possible for Blue Bloods to stay in New York. Choosing to remain in New York enabled Blue Bloods to stay true to its roots and continue providing the real New York experience that its audience enjoys. This decision solidified the series' dedication to portraying the city accurately and has contributed significantly to the show's success. Number 3. A cast member was controversially fired. Amy Carlson, who portrayed Linda Reagan in Blue Bloods, was unexpectedly removed from the series after the 7th season. Her character's death, which was revealed in the Season 8 premiere, caught viewers off guard, and was a shocking twist in the storyline. The audience had developed a strong connection with Linda Reagan, and her absence created a significant void in the show. One of the most controversial aspects of Carlson's exit was the lack of an on-screen farewell. Instead of a proper send-off, Linda Reagan's death was mentioned briefly, off-screen, as a tragic helicopter crash that occurred between seasons. This approach to her character's exit was perceived by many as hasty and unsatisfying, leaving both fans and some of the cast members feeling that Linda Reagan's departure should have been more respectful and impactful. Amy Carlson herself was surprised by the decision. In interviews, she expressed disappointment over how her character's exit was handled. Carlson had hoped for a more significant storyline to mark her departure, one that would honor her character's contributions to the series. Her reaction fueled the controversy, as it highlighted a perceived lack of communication and respect from the show's producers. The dismissal of Amy Carlson affected not just the viewers but also the cast. Donnie Wahlberg, who portrays Danny Reagan, also voiced his shock and sorrow at Carlson's exit. The dynamic duo's screen time together had been a key element of the series, and her departure was deeply felt. Fans were vocal in their discontent, taking to social media to express their disappointment and demand answers. Many felt that Linda Reagan's character was pivotal to the show's family dynamic, and that her sudden exit disrupted the emotional flow of the series. In response to the backlash, the producers of Blue Bloods acknowledged the fans' reactions, but stood by their decision. They highlighted the value of progressing plot lines and character growth, indicating that Linda Reagan's demise acted as a trigger for fresh storylines, especially for Danny Reagan's character. Number 4. Danny is played by a former popular band member. Another surprising behind-the-scenes fact about Blue Bloods is that the character Danny Reagan is portrayed by Donnie Wahlberg, who was once a member of the popular boy band New Kids on the Block. After the band was formed in the 1980s, they quickly gained popularity and established themselves as one of the most renowned boy bands in history. Donnie Wahlberg was one of the original members of the band, which also featured Jordan Knight, Jonathan Knight, Joey McIntyre, and Danny Wood. Following the group's split in 1994, Donnie Wahlberg effectively moved into acting. He started appearing in a variety of roles across movies and TV, showcasing his adaptability and depth as an actor. In 2010, Wahlberg landed the role of Danny Reagan in Blue Bloods. His depiction of the stern, committed NYPD officer has been a key factor in the show's popularity. Danny Reagan is recognized for his strong commitment to his profession and his allegiance to his family. Number 5. Tom Selleck was the original Thomas Magnum. Another interesting fact about Blue Bloods is that Tom Selleck was the original Thomas Magnum in the classic television series Magnum P.I. Tom Selleck's portrayal of Thomas Magnum in Magnum P.I. is one of the most iconic roles in television history. The show, which aired from 1980 to 1988, featured Selleck as a charming, laid-back private investigator living in Hawaii. His character's combination of strength, humor, and charm made him a favorite among viewers and propelled Selleck to fame. During its time on the air, Magnum P.I. was incredibly popular, achieving great success in both viewership and ratings. Selleck's role was a significant contributor to the show's popularity, leading to him winning an Emmy Award for Best Lead Actor in a Drama Series in 1984. Thomas Magnum became the cornerstone of Selleck's career, opening up numerous opportunities for him in film and television. His portrayal of Magnum became synonymous with his image, characterized by the iconic mustache, Hawaiian shirts, and the signature Ferrari. This role solidified his status as a television icon and paved the way for future successes. After Magnum P.I., Tom Selleck continued to gain exposure in the film industry, including roles in movies and guest appearances on various TV shows. However, his role as Frank Reagan in Blue Bloods, which began in 2010, marked his comeback to the television spotlight. As the NYPD police commissioner and patriarch of the Reagan family, Selleck once again captivated audiences with his authoritative yet compassionate performance. Number 6. Tom Selleck almost ditched the mustache. Tom Selleck's mustache is one of the most recognizable features in Hollywood. It became iconic during his time on Magnum P.I., where it contributed to his tough yet charming persona. The mustache not only defined his character, but also became a significant part of Selleck's own identity. Over the years, it has remained a signature feature, even as he transitioned to his role as Frank Reagan on Blue Bloods. However, during the production of the first season of Blue Bloods, the producers wanted Tom to shave off the mustache because they figured he was a little too old for it. However, Selleck was against the proposal to remove his mustache. He recognized its importance to his public persona and the bond it created with his fans. He believed that the mustache was integral to the charm and relatability of his characters, and he was reluctant to give it up. Fortunately, the executives at CBS had a different perspective. They thought the mustache suited him well, so they allowed him to keep it. It seems like it was a good move after all. Commissioner Reagan without a mustache wouldn't look as intimidating as he does now. Number 7. Commissioner Reagan's house is a common location in New York. Blue Bloods is renowned for its commitment to authenticity, especially in showing the everyday lives of the Reagan family, who are deeply rooted in the essence of New York City. Commissioner Frank Reagan, played by Tom Selleck, lives in a grand residence that reflects his position as a respected leader within the NYPD. The house is portrayed as a place for family gatherings, discussions about law enforcement issues, and personal moments that shed light on the Reagan family's relationships. The house used as Commissioner Reagan's residence is a well-known filming location in New York City. In real life, the house is owned by Maronites, Middle Eastern Catholics. It is located at 8070 Harborview Terrace in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. And even though it is not open to visitors, passers-by can easily catch a glimpse of it. For fans of Blue Bloods, the sight of Commissioner Reagan's home and other actual places featured in the show creates a sense of familiarity and connection. It helps viewers imagine the characters' lives within a concrete city backdrop, adding to the show's narrative and improving the viewer's experience. Number 8. A former NYPD detective normally edits the scripts. Blue Bloods has a former NYPD detective on the payroll. His name is James Nuciforo, and he normally reviews the scripts before they are used in filming. Since he is an experienced lawman, his job is to make sure the fictional stories in the show are as close to real-life police experiences as possible. In an interview with Country Living magazine, Nuciforo said, "Let's say they get a 56-page script. I'll give them anywhere between 5 to 10 pages of notes on the script, just plugging in dialogue with more jargon." As a result, plenty of police officers are said to be fans of the show. By involving a former NYPD detective in script editing, Blue Bloods accurately depicts the challenges and complexities faced by the New York police. This attention to detail goes beyond just making sure the show is technically accurate. It helps to capture the nuances of police work, such as the relationships among officers and the ethical considerations faced in solving cases. Number 9. Len Cariou is only 6 years older than Tom Selleck. Another surprising fact about the casting of Blue Bloods is that Len Cariou, who plays Henry Reagan, is just 6 years younger than his on-screen son Tom Selleck, who portrays Frank Reagan. Henry Reagan is depicted as a wise and experienced retired NYPD police commissioner. He represents the Reagan family's deep-rooted traditions and principles, often offering advice and insights to his children and grandchildren. Despite the small age gap, Len Cariou and Tom Selleck managed to portray a realistic father-son bond on the screen. Their interaction is characterized by a blend of respect, affection, and occasional disagreements, reflecting the intricate nature of a family deeply engaged in law enforcement. To make their father-son bond more believable, the show's costume and makeup teams play a key role. Len Cariou is often styled to appear older with makeup techniques that highlight features associated with aging. His wardrobe, typically consisting of more traditional and conservative attire, further reinforces his character's elder status. In contrast, Tom Selleck's look is kept in a way that supports his active position as a police commissioner, effectively bridging the age difference. For many viewers, the age difference between the actors is not noticeable because of the show's skillful storytelling and the actors' talent in bringing their characters to life. This ensures that the audience is more focused on the personal relationships of the characters rather than the actors' actual ages. Number 10. Bridget Moynihan played John Wick's wife. Bridget Moynihan, who portrays Assistant District Attorney Aaron Reagan in Blue Bloods, played a significant yet brief role as Helen Wick, the wife of the titular character in the hit action thriller film John Wick. In Blue Bloods, Erin is a key member of the Reagan family, known for her strong sense of justice, commitment to her work, and complex relationships with her family members. However, in the 2014 film John Wick, Bridget Moynihan took on a crucial role that, even though was brief, served as the emotional catalyst for the entire movie. She plays Helen Wick, the late wife of John Wick. Helen's death and the subsequent gift of a puppy to her husband, which triggers a series of events, are pivotal to the film's narrative. Helen Wick's character is introduced through a series of poignant flashbacks and video messages that provide insight into John Wick's happier past. Despite her limited screen time, Moynihan's performance as Helen adds a deeply personal and emotional layer to the story. The love of Helen and her sudden death are key to understanding John Wick's reasons and the deep sense of loss that motivates him to return to the dangerous world he had previously left. Number 11. The dinner scenes were difficult to shoot. Probably the best known and most popular constant scenes of Blue Bloods is the family dinner. Almost every episode has one, and it helps to maintain the sense of family, which is the main narrative of the series. However, the family dinners take a tremendously long time to film, often extending for as long as 5 hours. Getting close-ups and coverage of as many as 9 different characters takes time, as does resetting the table and food after each take in order to maintain continuity. The actors tend to get a little stir-crazy during the long shoots, and they deal with the stress in different ways. Bridget Moynihan just laughs it off, while Donnie Wahlberg takes a nap on a couch in the living room set next to the dining room set. Selleck also employs one other trick to get through the filming of the dinner scenes with his digestion intact. When he's delivering a line or the camera is on him, he'll often pick up a knife and start buttering his bread. This way he doesn't eat too much food and the continuity of his food props is maintained. Number 12. The Catholic League protested an episode. The Catholic League once praised Blue Bloods as one of the few TV shows to treat Catholicism fairly. That's mainly because straight-laced Frank Reagan has been depicted as a devoted churchgoer. However, that all changed in 2014 when the Catholic League president Bill Donahue claimed his organization had been bombarded with complaints because of an episode in which Frank said that the Catholic Church was a little behind the times regarding its positions on homosexuality. The Catholic League, a prominent organization dedicated to defending the rights of Catholics and ensuring fair treatment in the media, protested Frank Reagan's comments. Members of the organization and other viewers who shared their beliefs felt that the remarks portrayed the Catholic Church unfairly or inaccurately, challenging its teachings and authority on matters of faith and morality. The episode also featured a cardinal struggling with his sexual identity, as well as an out lesbian nun. Donahue suggested that CBS was turning on its audience, and that CBS was committing suicide with what he felt was an attack on Catholics.